यं पूर्वे चानुसन्तस्तु यत्प्रमाण जनार्दनः एष एव हि लोकानां शिवपन्तः सनातनः यं पूर्वे चानुसन्तस्तुर्यत्प्रमाणं जनार्दनः. Synonyms: Esah, the Vedas; eva, certainly; he, for; Lokanam, of all people; Shivaha, auspicious; Pantha, path; Sanatana, eternal; Yam, which, Vedic path; Purve, in the past; Cha, and; Anushantastu, was rigidly followed; Yat, in which; Pramanam, the evidence; Janardana, Janardana. Translation: The Vedas give the eternal regulative principles for auspicious advancement in human civilization, which have been rigidly followed in the past. The strong evidence of this principle is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is called Janardana, the well-wisher of all living entities. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna has claimed that he is the father of all living entities. Regardless of form, there are 8.4 million species. There are 8.4 million different species of the life forms. And Lord Krishna claims that he is the father of all. Because the living entities are parts and parcels of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are all sons of the Lord, and for their benefit, because they are hovering under the impression that they can lord it over material nature, Vedas are given to them for their guidance. Therefore, the Vedas are called Apaurusheya, for they are not written by any man or demigod, including the first living creature, Brahma. Brahma is not the creator or author of the Vedas. He is also one of the living beings in this material world. Therefore, he does not have the power to write or speak the Vedas independently. Every living entity within this material world is subject to 4 deficiencies. He commits mistakes, he accepts one thing for another, he cheats, and he has imperfect senses. The Vedas, however, are not written by any living creature within this material world. Therefore, they are said to be Apauruseya. No one can trace out the history of the Vedas. Of course, modern human civilization has no chronological history of the world or the universe, and it cannot present actual historical facts older than 3,000 years. But no one has traced out when the Vedas were written, because they were never written by any living being within this material world. All other systems of knowledge are defective because they have been written or spoken by men or demigods who are products of this material creation. But Bhagavad Gita is Apaurusheya, for it was not spoken by any human being or any demigods of this material creation. It was spoken by Lord Krishna, who is beyond the material creation. That is accepted by such a stalwart scholar as Sankaracharya, not to speak of other acharyas such as Ramanujacharya and Madhvacharya. Sankaracharya has accepted that Narayana and Krishna are transcendental, and in Bhagavad Gita also, Lord Krishna has established Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Mattah Sarva Pravartate. I am the origin of everything. Everything emanates from me. This material creation, including Brahma and Shiva and all the demigods, has been created by him. For everything has emanated from him. He also says that the purpose of all the Vedas is to understand him. Vedas cha sarver aham eva vedya. He is the original Vedavit or knower of the Vedas and or compiler of Vedanta. Brahma is not the compiler of the Vedas. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is established Tene Brahma Hriday, the absolute, supreme absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, instructed Brahma in the Vedic knowledge through his heart. Therefore, the evidence that Vedic knowledge is the free from the defects of mistake, illusion, cheating, and imperfection is that it is spoken by Supreme Personality of Godhead, Janardana, and has thus been followed from time immemorial, beginning from Brahma. The Vedic religion or the principles of the Vedas have been followed by the highly cultured population of India since the time immemorial. No one can trace out the history of Vedic religion. Therefore, it is Sanatana, and any blasphemy against the Vedas is calculated to be atheism. The Vedas are described as a setu, which means a bridge. If one wants to attain his spiritual existence, one has to cross an ocean of nations. The Vedas are bridge by which to cross such a great ocean. The Vedas described how to divide the human race into four divisions according to quality and working capacity. This is very scientific system, and it is also Sanatana. For one, for no one can trace out its history, and it has no dissolution. No one can stop the system of Varna and Ashrama or the castes and divisions. For example, whether or not one accepts the name Brahmana, there is a class in society which is known as the intelligent class and which is interested in spiritual understanding and philosophy. Similarly, there is a class of men who are interested in administration and ruling others. In the Vedic system, these martially spirited men are called Kshatriyas. Similarly, everywhere there is a class of men who are interested in economic development, business, industry, and money making. They are called Vaishyas. And there is another class who are neither intelligent nor martially spirited, nor endowed with the capacity of economic development, but who simply can serve others. They are called Shudras, or the laborer class. This system is Sanatana. It comes from time immemorial, and it will continue in the same way. There is no power in the world which can stop it. Therefore, since this Sanatana Dharma system is eternal, one can elevate himself to the highest standard of spiritual life by following the Vedic principles. It is stated that formerly the sages followed this system. Therefore, to follow the Vedic system is to follow the standard etiquette of society. But the followers of Lord Shiva, who are drunkards, who are addicted to intoxicants and sex life, who do not bathe, and who smoke ganja, are against all human etiquette. The conclusion is that persons who rebel against the Vedic principles are themselves the evidence that the Vedas are authoritative. Because by not following the Vedic principles, they become like animals. Such animalistic persons are themselves evidence of the supremacy of the Vedic regulations. Long purport. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं, यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणं, परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। हरि ओम। हरे कृष्णा। So thank you everyone for joining our Nityam Bhagavad Seva, and we are reading Canto 4, Chapter 2, and about the fire sacrifice of Daksha. And there is a issue of Daksha that he is taking, he is because of ego, he is cursing first to Lord Shiva, and then in retaliation that Lord Shivagana, like Nandishwara, is retaliating with the counter curse. And again, when he cursing to the Daksha, he also cursed to all the Brahmanas present there. So we are seeing here the all some of the Vaishnava Prad we can see that it's explained. So we read the 10 offenses to holy names. So one of the offense that to blaspheme the Vaishnavas or the people who are dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. So we are seeing here the Vaishnava Aparadh is explained, or we can see by Daksha offended to Lord Shiva, who is the greatest Vaishnava. And then now we are seeing that the another offense on the holy name, that is blaspheming the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic literature. So it's long purport. I will try to go fast. So here some important topics cover that Krishna is the Supreme Father, Prabhupada writing into the purport, and all Vedas are given by Supreme Lord for welfare of all living entities. And because of it's given by Supreme Lord, it's a apaurushaya, and it is accepted by Sankaracharya and other acharyas also. And we'll see that we should not blaspheme the Vedic scriptures. So in purport, Srila Prabhupada start that with the Krishna is saying that he is the seed-giving father of all living entities. So total 8.4 million species for all, Supreme Lord Krishna is the seed-giving father. It's explained in the Bhagavad Gita 14.4. Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtiha sambhavantiha tasam brahma mahad yonir aham bija pradapita. And all living entities are son of Lord. And Vedas are given for their guidance, so he can progress towards the spiritual life. And therefore, Vedas are called apaurushaya because it's not given by any man or demigod. It is come from directly from Supreme Lord, and including it's not spoken by or created by the first creator of Lord Brahma. And it is explained that Brahma is also one of the living entities. So Brahma is not the creator or author of the Vedas. He is also simple, a living being in this material world. Therefore, he does not have the power to write or speak the Vedas independently, because all living entities are having the 4 types of deficiencies in this material world. Is explained that he commits mistakes, he accepts one things for another, he cheats, and he has a imperfect senses. So then how the Brahma or this knowledge came? So it is written in the Bhagavatam in starting only that Tene Brahma Hridaya, the supreme absolute truth is delivered to in heart of Brahma by supreme personality of Godhead. And it is explained in the Bhagavad Gita that Lord Brahma is a creator, and in one sense he is a father, and Supreme Lord also Bij Pradapita and also called Pitamaha in the Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna says in the 9th chapter, Pita ahamasya jagato mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitram omkararik sam yajurevacha. So I am the father of this universe, the mother, the support, and the grandsire. I am the object of knowledge, the purifier, and the syllable Om. I also Rig, Sam, and the Yajurveda. So Krishna is saying that all these are coming from me, and I am also all these Rig, Sam, and Yajurvedas. So Bhagavad Gita is called Paurusha because it's coming from the mouth of Supreme Lord. For it was not spoken by any being, any human being or demigods of this material creation. It was spoken by Lord Krishna, who beyond the material creation. So next Prabhupada is explaining about it is accepted by all the great acharyas or scholars like Sankaracharya. And what Sankaracharya has given, that he glorified Bhagavad Gita in Gita Mahatmya. So we'll see that he glorified the Gita, that Gita Sugita Kartavya Kim Anye Shastra Vistare Yam Savyam Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padma Vinishrita. Because Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one need not read any other Vedic literature. One need only attentively and regularly hear and read Bhagavad Gita. In the present age, people are so absorbed in mundane activities that it is not possible for them to read all the Vedic literature. But this is not necessary. This one book, Bhagavad Gita, will suffice because it is the essence of all Vedic literature, especially because it is spoken by Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Sankaracharya, who are the Lord Shiva himself, greatest Vaishnava, and came as Sankaracharya and spreaded the message of Vedas, but in the form of Mayavad. But he is also explaining that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Bhagavad Gita is one important literature that we should everyone read it. So that's why Prabhupada is focused on mostly on Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, and how Bhagavad Gita is compared by Sankaracharya is like Ganga. So he's saying that Maline Moshanam Punsam Jala Snanam Dine Dine Sakrit Gita Amrita Snanam Sansara Malanashanam. So one who take bath in the Ganges of Bhagavad Gita, for him the dirt of material life is altogether vanquished. So one may cleanse himself daily by taking bath, but if one takes a bath even once in sacred Ganges water of Bhagavad Gita, for him the dirt of material life is altogether vanquished. So that's why that in Kali Yuga we don't have much time to read all the scriptures or Vedas or follow that. So for that, Lord Krishna gave us the compiled form that 700 verses for follow all the crux of Vedic scriptures in the Bhagavad Gita. And same thing, Lord Chaitanya gave us the Sikshastakam. It was explained on the last Saturday by Amarendra Prabhu that Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gave the 700 verses, but Lord Chaitanya gave only 8 verses. And we have to just focus on those. If we can focus on those 8 verses also, it will be very nice, or we can progress into the bhakti. And Sankaracharya also explaining that why don't need to read all the other scriptures. Only one scripture is also suffice. And also he is giving that we don't have to go on for the other demigods or other forms of Lord. He is saying simply, so just follow the एक शास्त्रम देवकी पुत्र गीतम एको देवो देवकी पुत्र एव एको मंत्रस्य तस्य नामानि यानि कर्मापि एकम तस्य देवस्य सेवा. So only one shastra we have to follow, that is Devaki Putra Geetam. It's have all the things, and Krishna reveals that he is the Supreme Lord and we are the eternal servitor of Supreme Lord, and we have what is the essence that we have to surrender to the Krishna. There is no need, only one holy scriptures, the divine Gita sung by Lord Sri Krishna, only one worshipable Lord who is Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. And one mantra is that is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And only one duty of devotional service unto the Supreme Worshipable Lord Sri Krishna. So same thing explained by Srimad Bhagavatam, that's why Prabhupada focused on Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. And all books of Srila Prabhupada are based on these three important scriptures. So this Bhagavatam says, the Srimad Bhagavatam is declared to be essence of all Vedanta philosophy. Sarva Vedanta Sharam hi Sri Bhagavatam ishyate tadrasamrata traptasya nayantra syadarati kyachit. One who has felt satisfaction from his nectarian mellow will never be attracted to any other literature. So Srimad Bhagavatam is declared to be essence of all Vedanta philosophy. So what Shankaracharya is saying here is that, see, Shankaracharya has accepted that the Narayana and Krishna are transcendental, and in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna established that Aham Sarvasya Prabhu Mattah Sarva Pravartate, and I am the origin of everything, and everything emanates from me. This material creation, including Brahma and Shiva, all the demigods, has been created by him, for everything has emanated from him. He also says that purpose of all Vedas is to understand him. Vedasva sarver aham eva vedya. He is the original Vedavit, and knower of the Vedas, and Vedantkrit, also compiler of Vedanta, and Brahma is not the compiler. So we'll see that's Shruti Sastra Nindanam. So that's the offense we are reading in this verses 30, 31, and 32. We'll see that offense to the Vedic scriptures. So that's we read 10 offenses, and fourth offense is that Shruti Shastra Nindanam, blaspheming the Vedic scriptures and scriptures in pursuance to Vedic literatures. So Bhagavatam says that in 11th canto, 3rd chapter, 26, Shraddham Bhagavate Shastre Nindam Atyantra Anyatra Chapihi. One should have the firm faith that he will achieve all success in life by following those scriptures that desire the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagwan. At the same time, one should avoid blaspheming other scriptures. Not only the Vedic Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, who's directly glorifying the Supreme Lord, also it is saying that other scriptures also, which is not directly glorifying but important to progress into the bhakti or service of the Supreme Lord. In the purport, Srila Madhva, Prabhupada quoting is that Srila Madhvacharya has quoted the following statement from the Brahmanda Puran. One should have complete faith in transcendental literature such as Srimad Bhagavatam and other literature that directly glorifies the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should also have faith in Vaishnava Tantras, the original Vedas, and Mahabharata, which includes Bhagavad Gita and which is considered the fifth Veda. So it's written there, Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita is considered as a fifth Veda. The Vedic knowledge originally emanated from the breathing of Vishnu, and Vedic literature has been compiled in literary form by Srila Vyasadeva, the incarnation of Vishnu. Therefore, the Lord Vishnu should be understood to be the personal speaker of all Vedic literature. So it's explained by Srila Madhvacharya that all these Vedas are emanated from the breathing of Sri Vishnu. There are other Vedic literature called Kala Vidya, which give instruction in material arts and sciences. Since all such Vedic arts and sciences are ultimately intended to be used to render devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Keshava, saintly person in the renounced order of life, should never blaspheme such apparently mundane literatures, because such literatures are indirectly connected with the Supreme Lord. One may go to hell for blaspheming these secondary literatures. So sometimes people says that, oh, Vedas are giving the all karma kandas. So, but those are also important for gradual progression towards the devotional service of the Supreme Lord. That's why it is given by Supreme Lord. If it is doesn't have any value or purpose, so why Supreme Lord has provided that? So it's those portion of the Vedas also important for gradual progression of the human being for dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So those also explained in the part of the Vedas, or we should not blaspheme that. And in previous verse, it's Srila Bhragu Rishi says that if you're blaspheming the scriptures, going towards the atheism, and in atheistic, in some of the places it is written there if some what is the definition of atheism is that if one is not following the Vedas, if one is not following Vedas means not accepting Supreme Lord, and some people accept the Supreme Lord but doesn't follow the Vedas. They says we don't have to follow the Vedas, we will directly will get the bhava or prema of the Krishna. That's the Prabhupada explained, or Srila Rupa Goswami called it Sahajiya. So Sahajiyas are not following the Vedas or not following or reading all the scriptures, but trying to imitate all the great souls. So we should avoid the blaspheming of the Vedic scriptures. That's explained in these 3 verses. So I will end here. If any reflection or suggestion that we can post into the Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya. Hare Krishna. Over to you, Madhupati Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
It looks like Madhupati Prabhu is busy.
Okay.
You can do the closing.
We'll close this. So we pray for Supreme Lord with the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare. Shri Narsimho Jai Narsimho Jai Jai Narsimho Prahladesha Jai Padma Bringa Ugram Veeram Vishnu Bhagavatam Narsimham Vishnam Rudram Mrityo Namah Narsimhadev Bhagavan ki Jai Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai. Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarubhascha Patitanam Vaishnavebhyo Namo Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai.
Bhagavatam ki Jai. Prabhupada ki Jai. God Premanandi.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, everybody.
Nice class. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.